Well, considering the fact that the European Racing League is a worldwide contested championship, we now finally start the European leg of the season. Welcome everyone to the ERL's Austrian Grand Prix. I nearly said Australian, but it's not. It's the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg at the Red Bull Ring. Well, we've got an awful lot to cover, so let's dive straight into it. Normally what I usually do is I do a little bit of history about the track, but everyone knows this track. It's one of the fan favourites as Busy comes out onto the track first. He's on the super soft compound tyre. There's not an awful lot of difference between the ultra soft and the super soft compound runners, and we'll go through that very quickly as we see Busy coming out for his outlap right now. Going to go jumping on board so we get to see how he takes his lines, how he drives the car. You can see he's definitely on a controller, a little bit of twitching on the steering wheel there. There's a little bit of a lockup as well, so we can see that the ABS is definitely turned off. Well, the FIA have decided that they are going to punish drivers for leaving the lobby before the end of the race. We saw an awful lot of that at the Baku Grand Prix from drivers that had retired. Possible penalties that they've decided are either going to be a qualifying ban or a penalty time, maybe 5 seconds, maybe a little bit more, depending on the consistency of the drivers that decide to leave lobbies during races, and that penalty time will be added to the end of the race. Baku, because we had such a bad issue with lobbies and problems in that regard, we decided to exonerate the penalties. But if anyone from Austria onwards, if everything runs smoothly, we don't have any lobby issues, we don't have any serious delays like we did previously, then the penalties are definitely going to be applied. They've also put in a new rule that free unexcused absences from the league, drivers are to be removed and placed onto the reserve list, and that's certainly true in Macadam Bianchi's case and ERL Checo's case. Macadam Bianchi has been replaced by ERL Crystal, so ERL Crystal leaves McLaren, which is a big blow for the McLaren team. They were on course to at least try and catch Manor in the Constructors' Championship, and that's going to be a massive dent to their season as Crystal now moves to the Ferrari team. ERL Checo has been replaced by GTX Racer. Now, I have raced with GTX Racer. He is an absolutely phenomenal driver. He used to race with me in Formula Online before it became ERL2 and then amalgamated into the European Championship League. Oh, as Busy gets very out of shape out of that particular corner there. That's going to cost him so much time. Manages to straighten it out. He's going to complete his lap. Is he going to go for another lap afterwards? Let's have a look as he goes into the final straight. A little bit of back end sliding there. And it's a 110.2. Let's cut to another driver that's just about to set their lap. Let's go over to Wazi, who's on his qualifying lap now. The former championship leader, he's dropped down to 3rd place in the championship right now because he missed the Baku Grand Prix. He's looking to establish some dominance here. He's on the super soft compound tyre at the moment, so let's see what he can do. But let's have a look at some of the other stories then. So ERL Verstappen officially becomes a Red Bull Racing driver. He has replaced Sand013, who has officially left the ERL. So one of the big stories that we've got at the moment is the battle that will possibly develop between Red Bull Racing, as they have two very strong drivers in Max and Verstappen. Not the same driver, by the way. I'm just saying it's ERL to the Max and ERL Verstappen. It's just a coincidence right there. But also Williams have Misa, and they also have ERL Bravo, who have been on very, very good form in the last couple of races, as Wazi goes 3rd. He's going for another qualifying lap. Let's stick with him at the moment. A 16.4 for the first sector. What does that compare with? Well, GTX Racer at the moment is currently in pole position, and 16.4 is the fastest sector at the moment. 16.447 was the original one. It's 16.456 now, so Wazi is going ever so slightly quicker, so we're going to stick on board with him. Well, let's run down with the quick championships at the moment then. So ERL Bravo leads the Drivers' Championship for the first time in his career with 80 points. ERL to the Max, his Baku Grand Prix dominance puts him right back in championship contention. He's on 78 points. Wazi, 3rd with his non-show, is 67 points. Fresh LP, 61 points. ERL Crystal on 56. Ellie Flyabo, who celebrates his birthday this week. He'll be looking for a very, very good birthday present as the DRS zone opens. And what does he do? Wazi goes into 1st. fantastic lap from him. Let's see if anyone else can respond. As ERL Misa goes into pole position on the ultra soft tyres, he sets a 107.9, 4/10 of a second clear of Wazzy, who's on the super soft compound tyres. Fantastic lap from him. Okay, and here are the top 10 results then. Well, Wazzy with a superlative drive right at the last minute takes pole position from ERL Misa. Pitbull in third, so Haas back where they want to be, top spots. Verstappen in fourth, Tamika in fifth, sixth is Pear, Fresh LP is in seventh, eighth is Crystal, Galvanic Gamer is in ninth, and 10th is ERL to the max. We're going to jump out of the party now and just wait for the invite to go back in. So what we can then do is we can certainly join back into the action. Just waiting now for all of the drivers. The green lights go out for the formation lap. Wazzy now just getting those tyres warmed up, weaving a little bit. Let's go down the grid as it stands. Well, Wazzy in pole position, snuck in at the last possible moment. Haas back on pole position where they want to be. They are on the ultra soft compound tyre, as is Misa, continuing the run of good form that Williams Racing have been having for the last 2 Grand Prix. Pitbull in third, teammate to Wazzy, also on the ultra soft compound tyre, with ERL Verstappen, official Red Bull Racing driver as of today. Brilliant result for him, getting that little Red Bull in 4th position, and certainly the crowd at Spielberg will be wanting the Red Bull team to be performing at maximum efficiency here. Tamika, the only driver inside the top 10 to qualify on the soft compound tyre, so certainly he's going to be one to look out for as the race develops. STB Pear, Mercedes top running driver, 6th position on the super soft compound tyre. Fresh LP in 7th position on the ultra soft, along with Crystal. So the Ferraris 7th and 8th at the moment. Galvanic Gamer is in 9th place on the super softs, and ERL to the max just rounding out the top 10 on the ultra soft. Well, let's run down the other drivers then and see what they have to do. So GTX Racer, Calibra, Virgil, Busy, Pro Gamer, ERL Bravo, Krupins, they're all on the soft compound tyre, so they're looking for a long stint at the beginning and then a fast one, a splash and dash, if you will, at the end. And Checo rounds out the 18th position in the Force India on the super soft compound tyre. Well, we're just waiting now for the drivers to all line up on the grid, and then we're going to start this 36 lap battle. Remember, if you want to take part and you want to see what's going to go on and what's going to happen here, then please let us know. Join in by using the hashtag ERL Austria. We're waiting for the 5 lights to go out now. And we are go here at the start, and GTX has already been disqualified from the session. So he is out. As everyone seems to get out. Oh, and the safety car has been deployed straight away. A safety car has been deployed. Busy crashes into an AI car. Safety car has been deployed straight away on lap number 1. As all of the drivers just slow down. It seemed like there was a little bit of chaos to the beginning of this race. Nobody's really improved or lost out too much. Misa's still running in 2nd. Pitbull is in 3rd place. Verstappen is in 4th. Well, this is certainly going to help the ultra soft compound runners, because they're going to stick their car into lean. They're not going to take too much life out of the tyres. It's going to last so much more, and that's going to completely change strategies, because then they're going to decide, well, is it possible to run on the super softs until the end of the race, or are they just going to dive straight onto the softs? Tamika is currently in 5th position. 6th place is STB Pear. 7th is Crystal. 8th is Max. Galvanic Gamer is in 9th place. 10th is Fresh LP. Calibra is in 11th. Virgil down in 12th place. 13th is Bravo. 14th is Pro Gamer. Krupins is in 15th. Busy is in 16th position. He's diving into the pits now, so he possibly experienced some front wing damage. that he's going to completely change his strategy. What is he thinking here? Is he going to think to go onto the Ultra Softs, or is he going to go onto Supers? Let's have a look. I think it's the Super Softs. Yes, it is. He's going to go on the Super Softs. He's going to go for an aggressive strategy straight away, getting the slow compound tyre out of the way early so he can just go on to the slightly faster one. And you can just see the pit glitch there just backed him back into the pit, so he did have to change his front wing. Well, that certainly helped him out, as Wazzy keeps it very, very slow. It'll be up to him to decide when to go. When's he gonna pull the trigger? You see Pitbull very eager to get this one going, and we're off. We're off now for the restart on lap 3 out of 36. 33 laps remaining as Misa just keeping behind. Such closeness between all of them. Oh, as we can see, a Mercedes has gone right off at the end. And that was Per. Per has dropped down. He's currently in 6th position at the moment. We're going to stay with the battle towards the lead, as we can see so many cars just so close with each other. Wazzy just maintaining his position at the moment, as we can see Misa getting very, very close. All of these drivers just keeping within each other. They know that the DRS zone is going to be activated in the next couple of laps. Pitbull defending from Verstappen, and Verstappen just muscles his way through, and that's him up into 3rd position. So now all he has to do is just break away from that Haas, who's developing a little bit of a train behind him now. You can just see Tamika just waiting for an opportunity to strike and get past his fellow countryman, but Verstappen breaking away from these two now, and you can see that he's getting very, very close, to just trying to push as hard as he can. And we're going to cut to Misa, who's really, really close. We're going to ride on board with him now. Just getting a little bit of a better exit, just better traction. He's in the slipstream now. Misa sets the fastest lap. He's going to dart to the inside. Is he going to take the lead? We're so close. No, he's not. And Wazzy just slams the door in front of him. So Misa is going to have to put up with that for yet another lap. But Misa doesn't need this. He's going to try and go around the outside. Is he going to try and do for the cutback on turn 2? Going to try and go around the outside. Wazzy gives him enough room, plenty of respect there as the two of them go side by side, coming out of turn 2, heading into turn 3, and Misa just ahead at the moment. Is Wazzy going to go look for a little bit of a dive bomb? No, and Misa has got it. Misa has taken the lead of this Grand Prix. He knows that the Williams car is capable of victories. Bravo has certainly proven that in the Spanish Grand Prix, so he is definitely on course for a charge here. So Misa, very, very strong. He was in the practice, and very, very strong in the practice race stint that we did. He's taken the lead of the Grand Prix, but Wazzy does not have time to relax. He's going to be stuck in the slipstream, and DRS is going to be activated as Misa goes very, very wide. And very, very wide into the next corner. That's going to certainly promote a warning or maybe a penalty from the stewards. We'll not pay attention to that at the moment, because we've got plenty of action. And Misa does not have an opportunity to calm down, and he doesn't have an opportunity to relax, because you can just see Verstappen, that Red Bull, getting ever so close to the back of that Haas car. And Verstappen, very, very strong here, particularly on the super soft compound tyres, so Misa knows that he has to pull the gap now. And if Wazzy can hold up Verstappen just a little bit, just for a few laps at least, that'll enable him to break away. Let's ride on board with Verstappen. They're all on the ultra soft compound tyres, so it's not an opportunity that they can just settle into a rhythm and just race away into the distance, because the super soft compound and the soft compound tyre runners behind, not that far behind, particularly because of that safety car period that we had. The top 3 runners just so close to each other at the moment. You see Misa just ever so slightly getting to... No, Misa has gone into the pit, so Misa has decided that that is enough. Is that a mistake? Oh, as we can see, Amana just getting collided into the wall. As Tamika, has he experienced damage? Doesn't look like it. Looked like he managed to just avoid that incident, but he's got an awful lot of cars right behind him. Particularly, he's got Galvanic Gamer right behind his gearbox. He's looking to go around the inside. Is he going to do it? No, he doesn't. And that manner just closes the door. But Galvanic Gamer doesn't have an opportunity to relax because he's got his teammate STV Pair along with Ellie Fly. But no, it's Virgil. I do apologise. Virgil right behind the two. Oh, it's STV Pair looking to go around the inside. Oh no! And he's touched his teammate. STV Pair and Galvanic Gamer have touched. It looked like Galvanic Gamer just squeezed his teammate a little bit too much. And STV Pair has just collided into the wall. Well, oh, Mercedes. I can certainly see the memes of Toto Wolff slamming his fist. We see Virgil on the inside. Oh, and oh no! Galvanic Gamer cuts to the inside, and that's taken Virgil off, and he's dropped all the way down to 12th. Certainly, if the stewards are reviewing that, then that looks like maybe Galvanic Gamer just misjudged a little bit too much. Just a little bit too aggressive there. I would say if I was looking at that and I saw it, that would probably be Galvanic Gamer's fault. But it looks like Galvanic Gamer, as we cut to him, has got Bravo all over the back of him. And once again, that Williams driver just finds himself in a prime opportunity after starting so far down the field. Now in 5th position. Fantastic stuff. Bravo, it's certainly his racecraft in the opening maybe 9, 10, 13 laps. He can start whatever position down the field, and he just finds himself in the opportune moment to be in good positions. Galvanic Gamer, 4th position, but we're having a look at the battle up front as Pitbull has decided to pit, and STV Pair, no, sorry, Galvanic Gamer has gone off. I don't know whether he hit a driver or maybe it was just like he just run over a curb a little bit too much, but he spun off and now he's gone into the pits. What tyres is he going on? He's going back on, he's going onto the soft compound tyre now. Oh, Mercedes' troubles just compounded. Just not looking good for Mercedes. And we thought after a couple of races they would be so strong for the contendership for the Constructors' Championship at the moment. Well, let's run down the top 10 as it stands at the moment. So ERL Verstappen on the Ultrasofts, making them last more than anybody else on lap 9 out of 36, currently leads this Grand Prix from Tamika, who has got everybody behind him. ERL Bravo close behind in 3rd position. Well, let's have a look. Is Verstappen going to pit? Nope, he decides to stay out at the moment. So, with Tamika, the gap is just 5 seconds. Let's stay with him to see if that gap extends. I don't think it is. I think it's going to come right down. It is by 4 points. It's 4.6 seconds now as Bravo looks to have a go on the inside of Tamika. Thinks better of it. Those ultra soft tyres at the moment, they're starting to give up. And Tamika, who's defending bravely from Bravo, we're going to keep with this battle. See, Bravo gets really, really close to the back end. Gets so much better traction out of turn 2. Takes another 1/10 of a second out of the Red Bull's timers now. Bravo's going side by side. Brakes so much later. Forces Tamika a little bit wide. Gives him plenty of room though on the exit. They're going to go side by side into the next turn. Is Tamika going to brake late and hopefully hold it around the inside? Yes, he is. Bravo with so much better traction. He's going to keep side by side with them as the two of them again side by side into the next corner. And Tamika holds it brave and keeps that position for yet another lap. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. And you can just see right in the background Pro Gamer in the Toro Rosso looking to pick up any potential mistakes that may go on as the Williams goes a little bit too wide, getting into the DRS zone on the main straight. It's such a short straight though that you really have to be close to get any kind of bonus from that. It's all about setting up for this particular corner here as Tamika goes defensive straight away, and Bravo just flings it down the inside into turn 2. Is he going to have it? Is he going to have enough to make it stick? Yes, he is. He's going to force Tamika a little bit wide. The two of them still going side by side. It looks like they almost touch. Oh, this is fantastic racing from these two. going to have the inside. He's got the job done. He's going to suck back onto the racing line. Tamika gets very, very close, but there's nothing that he can do. And Bravo, the championship leader, takes second position. And that's it, job done. The gap 4.3 seconds now between the two of them. So even with the battle that Williams and that Manor have been doing, they've still been gaining. Well, they've lost a few tenths of a second in particular on that one as Tamika looks to fight back, going around the inside. Is he going to go into the pits, or is he going to try and go around the inside? No, he isn't. Bravo holds it true, defends brilliantly. Oh, but that's enabled Tamika to run incredibly wide, and that's going to allow Pro Gamer to get right up behind him. Oh, this is fantastic action that we're having here for second place in the race at the moment, but this is nothing but helping Verstappen, who's still on those ultra softs on lap 12 out of 36. The gap is just 4 seconds at the moment, so still, even with this battle between the Williams, the Manor, and the Toro Rosso, and you can see the Renault and another Toro Rosso behind, closing in on this gap, they're still closing in on Verstappen. So is Verstappen hurting his race by staying out on those dying ultra softs at this stage? He's going to come out in traffic, there's no doubt about that, and the drivers that are contending for the race lead at the very beginning of this race, they're gonna get Verstappen in the undercut. So it looks like Verstappen is certainly going to be battling on track as we see Tamika getting out of shape. Back end just stepping out a little bit too much, and we can see now that Toro Rosso, a Pro Gamer, going around the outside. Fantastic move, and he takes third position from Tamika, and that's going to allow Bravo to have a little bit of a breathing room. As you can see, he's just off into the distance as Verstappen has finally decided to pit on that 13, and that's enabled Bravo once again to take the lead of the European Racing Grand Prix. Well, let's cut back down to second and third as Pro Gamer defending from Tamika, who's looking to stick it down the inside, brakes late, lunges it into turn 2, and that, and they, oh my god, an Ellie Flyer Bow with a sneaky move, capitalizes on Pro Gamer's extra politeness, and that's going to put him into the DRS zone. Is he going to take second position? Yes, he is! Ellie Flyer Bow, and this is exactly the reason why he is a champion in the European Racing League. Picked his moment, waited a few laps, opportunistic as it comes, slides into third position, then slides into second, 2 positions in 2 corners. Amazing stuff there from the Season 1 champion, and that puts Renault right back up into the fight for contention of this victory. As Tamika getting very, very out of shape, sliding all over the place. The Toro Rosso is doing a very, very good job to avoid any kind of incident there. Krupen's going along side by side with his teammate. Pro Gamer decides to slot back as Krupen's getting very out of shape there. So it's all a big battle for the lead of this Grand Prix. Let's look further down and see what's going on there while we settle down a little bit. Oh, this is amazing action that we're seeing here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Virgil is currently in 6th place. Misa is in 7th. So Misa, who was leading the Grand Prix at the early stages of this race, currently on the soft compound tyres at the moment. He'll have better tyre wear as this race develops. So it's all about whether he can keep consistently putting in those decent lap times to help him out later on in the race. So it might come down to a good battle between the Scot and the Polish driver later on in this race. Remember, Misa has gotten a little bit of a score to settle with his teammate as Bravo stole his podium position from him. Baku stole second place as Ellie Flyer Bow now all under pressure from Tamika. Tamika with that DRS zone is going to slot back into second place, but it's all about the good exit as Tamika runs wide, and he's lost second, and he's also lost third from Krupens. So we're just going to stick with this battle that's going on for third place at the moment, because it's 4 cars just trading places consistently, and we've got 2 Toro Rosso drivers competing for this podium spot. Toro Rosso currently 7th in the Constructors' Championship with 60 points. And this is just the topsy-turvy nature of the European Racing League, where one track, a particular team looks very, very strong, and then another track, another particular team looks very strong. We've had Renault looking good, we've had Mercedes looking good. Renault have particularly looking consistent, but they just had such bad fortune, and they just haven't been able to capitalise on the strong driver pairing that they've had. But Toro Rosso, at one point, they were ahead in the Constructors' Championship of Red Bull, but Red Bull, now that they have two very strong drivers and very consistent results coming through, Toro Rosso need a good result here, and they're certainly providing that. But all of these squabbles, they're just allowing Tamika. Is he going to look for a dart around the inside? No, he's going to stick behind Kruppens, and he's so close. We're going to jump on board and see what he's going to do for the second turn. He's going to look to dart around the inside. That's going to be a big mistake as he just taps. It was a half-hearted attempt, and that's cost him yet another position. Meanwhile, Misa has gotten himself ahead of Virgil, struggling a little bit now with those older soft tyres. Misa in 6th, clean air in front as Busy has retired from the session. Busy is out, and he'll be very disappointed with that indeed. But we're going to stick with Misa at the moment as the safety car has been deployed. So the safety car is now out. So what is going to happen with the lead drivers? What are they going to do? So we're going to jump to Bravo. What's he going to decide to do? He's going to decide to pit. As we see that stricken car of Busy just on the outside there. So McLaren's woes continue. Ellie is also jumping into the pits. What about Kruppens? Yes, he is. And so is Tamika. Misa's also going to jump into the pits as well. So this is a prime opportunity for every driver to just jump in that are on the slower compound tyres now and completely transform their race. Lap 17 out of 36. A little bit of time lost for Misa because of the double stack, but because he had such a decent gap between the driver behind him, didn't lose too much time. He's going to rejoin the track in 8th place at the moment. Well, currently, Pro Gamer has decided to stay out on the track, so he is now in 1st. Verstappen has also decided that he is going to stay out, and he is also on the softs. Bravo rejoins the track on the super soft compound tyres. He is in a very strong position to take advantage of this safety car and take victory here. Crystal in Ferrari in 4th position. Ellie Flyabo is in 5th. Kruppens is in 6th. Tamika is in 7th. Misa lost a little bit of time because of the double stack. He is currently in 8th position. Calibra is in 9th. And 10th is Virgil. Well, our second safety car of the race. We're going to stick with the race leader as he just follows that Mercedes safety car around the track. It's just going to calm the entire field down. And the prime thing that we've got to discuss here is that Pro Gamer, Verstappen and Bravo, no penalties between them. No penalties as it stands right now as Pro Gamer decides to go into the pit. A massive, massive mistake. Pro Gamer. Oh no, we've got a safety car glitch as the safety car goes so slow. What is going on here? As the safety car is just slowed down to a crawl, and all of the drivers have just moved forward. What is going on? Has the safety car glitched out because of Pro Gamer's pit stop? Have all of the drivers now decided that they're going to go forward? Well, they have. If any penalties have been received, we're going to jump straight to the race director and see what's going on with that. So yeah, a few drivers, Checo, Fresh and Pitbull, have received drive-throughs or stop-go penalties for overtaking the safety car or for falling too far back. This is just Codemasters. This is the thing that you have got to sort out the most, and I am going to keep saying it every single week until I see F1 2017 released and I see what the fact that the game is vastly improved for the online service, because this is the thing that really, really turns people off. Well, at the moment, Ellie Flyabo currently leading this race from Crystal. Croupers is in third. Bravo, who was leading this race, or essentially was going to lead this race, is in fourth. Pro Gamer is in fifth. Tamika is in sixth position. Verstappen, who was de facto leader of the Grand Prix before the issues that came with the safety car. So it must be, the FIA must have a look at the rules that you cannot overtake the safety car, or you cannot pit after the second lap of the safety car, because it just promotes this glitch. And this is something that the FIA will probably look at later on after the race. Maybe they will alleviate certain penalties, which I think they rightly should. It's not fair to penalise drivers that are just going around continuing their race as normal, and because Codemasters can't fix their game and one driver decides to pit too late into a safety car stint. So it could be that the FIA could look at this, and certainly from a commentator's perspective, I think it would be prudent for them to look at this and say you can only pit one lap into the safety car stint. Anything else, and if it sparks the glitch, it promotes instant disqualification from the results, or you can finish the results but you receive no points because you sparked this glitch. That's something that the FIA will probably have to look at as a temporary rule until we get the F1 2017 game coming out later in the year. Well, the lights have gone out for the safety car, so Ellie Flyabo, our race leader, is going to slow the pack right up. We're going to wait for him to bite the bullet and go. Here we go. And that's a Williams. And that's a Williams off. And I think that's Misa. Let's cut to Misa, just see if he's okay. No, he's managing to keep going, so it just looked like it was a little bit of a lag issue. I was so worried there that one of the Williams would have been taken out. But no, everyone seems to be going straight away. But let's have a look at Wazzy, who's going around the outside of Virgil. Well, let's stick with the battle at the front of the Grand Prix at the moment. Let's have a look and see what's going on. So Bravo currently in fourth position, defending from Tamika. Krupins finds himself in a prime position, as we can see Crystal getting a little bit wide, just missing the apex, defending his Ferrari position. His second place from that Toro Rosso. You see all of the drivers so close as Busy has left the session, and this is one of the things that we were talking about at the beginning of qualifying. The FIA have decided to punish drivers for leaving the lobby before the end of the race. So is that going to be a qualifying ban for the next Grand Prix, or is he going to have a time added? We're going to have to find out, and we'll certainly discuss that next week. But right now, let's focus on the action at the moment, as Crystal, 0.7 of a second between him and race leader Ellie Flyabo. Bravo just has to be patient. The top three, they are all running on the soft compound tyre at the moment, so they're running the long run. So Bravo is on the faster compound, so he's just got to wait, see if he can just pick a moment, look into the inside. Is he going to go for it? No, brakes much later than Krupins. So that Williams driver just looking for an opportune moment. Certainly, it just seems that whenever you're in a Williams, opportunities just seem to arise. I remember when Macadam Bianchi was in the first season of the European Racing League, I gave him the title of Mr. Opportunist, the ultimate opportunist. And it just seems that whenever you're in that white Martini Williams racing car, as we can see that Toro Rosso getting wide, and that's going to enable Bravo to go side by side into turn one. Who's going to be brave? It's going to be Bravo, and he's taken third position, but we're going to see that Toro Rosso fighting right back, and because of that compromised exit speed, Tamika is sandwiched in between two Toro Rosso as we see Krupins just pushing Bravo off the track ever so slightly, and Bravo's gone off. Bravo has gone off. Well, he's gonna fly down the rest of the field. He rejoins the track, and the Renault just about avoids him. So Virgil has now got himself up into 8th position as Bravo struggles to get his car back onto a competitive racing speed, and he's down in 10th position. Now Mercedes just taps the back of that Renault, and that's enabled Bravo to get back into 9th position. But Tamika, who's also suffered from all of that, dropping down to 10th position. So he's going to be right in the thick of this, and these two are going battling once again. Oh my goodness. We're going to have a look at the further up the field as Krupins, who also suffered from that. He's dropped all the way down to 7th. Wazi has benefited greatly from this little squabble. As we see a Red Bull has gone into the pits, that's Verstappen. So Verstappen has finally decided that those soft compound tyres are not worth the rubber that they are on. He's pitted, and that is a difficult position for him, because I think he's made a mistake once again. He's left it way too late, because that's going to drop him so far down the field. I think he's made a massive mistake there. Let's have a look further up the field as Misa defending from Wazi, who's getting ever so close. Is the DRS zone activated? Yes, it is. Let's stay and see if Wazi is right on board with him, see if he can get close enough. Not this time. But both that Williams and that Haas car are catching the Toro Rosso in front of them of Pro Gamer. Crystal is having a quiet race, but finds himself in a very good position, in 2nd position, 1.9 seconds from Eli Flyer-Bow, who has just taken the Red Bull by the horns, if you pardon the pun. Just taken advantage of every opportunity that has been presented to him, and every misfortune that all the drivers have experienced here. And he is in the lead of this Grand Prix. I'm receiving word that it's possible that Verstappen did have a drive-through, so that is the reason why he is pitted and dropped further down the field, because he had to serve that drive-through that Codemasters has wrongly given him. And that's taken him out of the running there, as Misa has gotten himself into 3rd position. See Krupins just so slightly not allowing that Williams to get away from him. Super soft tyre runners closing in on that Ferrari though. Lap 25 out of 36. So at this stage of the race, we have got to think, are the soft compound runners able to run until the end of the race? Are the super soft compound tyre runners going to be able, with 11 laps of this race remaining, are they going to run until the end of the race? And are they going to be in a good position at the end of the race to take the victory from Eli Flyer-Bow, who is just, he's got a little bit of clean air from him, or as we see, these are getting very close now. He's in DRS range. And look on the onboard camera, what is Crystal going to do? He's in the Ferrari now. It's a lot better than a McLaren. So, and with that, a lot more pressure as well. So he's going to want to solidify his status as the #1 hot Ferrari driver that's just come in. He's hugging it on the inside. Is he going to look here? Nope. Best just to wait for the DRS straight. Was Crystal getting very out of shape? This is going to be side by side, but Crystal's going to back out of it, and that has enabled Misa in the Williams to take 2nd position. But remember, Misa has got 6 seconds worth of penalties the last time that we checked. So it's all about now, can Misa catch up to the back of that Renault? Last time I viewed the race director, did not have any penalties as it seemed. So Misa has got 4 seconds to make up on that 27 out of 36. And he's also got to extend by 6 seconds, provided he doesn't have any further penalties. So he's already closed down 1/10 of a second between him and Eli Flyer-Bow. As you can see, just that train of cars behind the Williams. They're not allowing Misa to get away, and he really, really needs to bolt now. He's on the faster compound tyre, so he really needs to push. He hopes that Crystal, on those slower, soft tyres, can hold up Toro Rosso and the Haas behind, just develop a little bit of a train so he can get some breathing space. The gap's cut down to 3.6 seconds between Misa and Eli Flyer-Bow. What's it going to be when we get to the next interval? Let's have a look. These are a little bit more conservative on the exit of the final corner. It's 3.8, so it has extended a little bit. These are maybe trying to take it a little bit more conservatively so he doesn't risk getting another penalty. Well, let's have a look, because Pro Gamer now finally gets in front of Crystal. Is Crystal going to look for a dart around the inside to retake that position? Oh, the two of them getting so close. Crystal running that Toro Rosso wide, and that's allowing the Haas to get involved. So Wazzy, the former championship leader, are 3 abreast. We're going to have 3 abreast. Oh, so close as Crystal pushing the boundaries. Wazzy manages to get himself into 4th position, but Crystal still defending that spot. So we've got 2 Toro Rossos. No, Crystal has just... No, he's pulled right out. Has he got a puncture? Has Crystal got a puncture? Oh, as Virgil goes off! Virgil has gone off! Has he managed to keep his car going? Just about. What a Crystal! Let's have a look and see what's going on. Yes, he's got a puncture! He's got a puncture, so that's the reason that he slowed right down. Oh, and after such a strong result for the Ferrari team, meanwhile, Max, championship contender, finds himself up into 9th position at the moment. Wazzy has also decided to pit, so he's now on the ultra soft, so he couldn't let those faster tyres go. So maybe, even though Crystal did suffer that puncture, it's been a blessing in disguise. He's gone for the super softs. They're not confident that he can let the ultra softs go for 7 laps. A little bit of lag going on. That's probably because F1 Online TV has rejoined the session. Well, let's have a look. So Wazzy in 10th position, as Pitbull has now come into the pits. So we've got several drivers that were on those super softs coming into the pits. Max, on the soft compound tyre, has promoted himself into 6th position. Calibra, who's... We haven't spoken about Calibra the entire Grand Prix, but now he's in 5th place. Brilliant stuff from him. Just had a very, very simple Grand Prix. Just kept himself very much out of trouble and very much out of the battles. Meanwhile, Krupins, with his teammate Pro Gamer on those super softs, probably wearing out right now. These two have been running nose to tail for the entire Grand Prix. This is great for them. And Galvanic Gamer as well finds himself in 2nd after colliding with his teammate and having a little bit of a disastrous race. He's in 2nd position at the moment on those soft tyres. Eli Flyer-Bow now pits from the lead, so that's going to promote Galvanic Gamer in the Mercedes into the lead. What tyres is he going to go on? Obviously it's going to be the ultra softs. As we see a Toro Rosso also. That's Krupins, he's coming into the pits as well, so he'll be also coming on the ultra softs. Eli Flyer-Bow now exiting the pits. 4th position. Where is 5th? That is Verstappen, who's got Wazzy all over the back of him for company, and right behind them is Tamika. Let's have a look and see if Wazzy can get through. He's on the super, sorry, not the super, he's on the ultra compound tyres, so he is going to be much faster in the particular braking zones, but Verstappen is very, very strong in turn 2, and that is so crucial because this is the most important DRS zone, and Wazzy still can't find a way past that Red Bull, gets very, very close to the back of that wing of the Red Bull. Trying to force Wazzy to go wide and maybe back out of it, closing the door, holding it around the outside, but those ultra soft tyres, so much more grip. Wazzy finds himself up into 5th position, but That Red Bull not allowing that Haas to get any further up the field as the two of them go side by side. Wazi's going to defend the inside position. Is he going to hold it around the outside? No, just keeps it. A little bit of back ends sticking out between that Red Bull and that Manor, but the DRS zone is activated, and once again Verstappen retakes that position. But is Wazzy going to go for the cutback? Oh, just getting so close there, nearly losing a chip of his front wing. 3 cars all squabbling at the moment for 4th place, and Tamika at the back of all of this, looking to go around the outside of Wazzy. No, can't do anything about it, and Misa now, he's joining in the squabble. So we see that Tamika just swerving left and right all over the back of Wazzy, trying to force him into a mistake. The two of them so close to each other as they're going side by side once again. As he backs out of it, Tamika takes 5th. But he'll have a little bit of a compromised exit because he was on the outside line. And Tamika again struggling with that exit, runs wide. And that's allowed Misa to capitalise on that. And now he's side by side with Wazzy and he takes 5th position. So there's just constant, non-stop action here at the Austrian Grand Prix. And we still got 4 laps of this race remaining. And this is just absolutely fantastic. It's just been non-stop battles. It's just so hard to pick where to look at the moment. Well, we're just going to stick with the battle between Misa and Wazzy for 5th position. This seems to be the tightest battle at the moment. Everyone else just seems to be a little bit more spread out. We've got 2 drivers on the ultra soft compound tyres in 3rd and 4th, and we've got 2 drivers on the soft compound tyres 1st and 2nd. So Galvanic Gamer could have done an absolutely amazing strategy here and stolen a victory from Eli Flyabo. Wazzy and Misa so close together, and they are closing in on Verstappen, who just doesn't seem to have the pace to keep those 2 behind them. But if those 2 continue to squabble for position, which they look like they're definitely going to do, as Misa coming out of the turn, it's right on board with Wazzy. He'll have DRS activated. Is he going to look for a dive around the inside? Nope, he's going to stick behind him, hopefully get a better exit. Cuts a little bit of the first corner. Going to look for a move down the inside of turn 2. Brakes earlier, just lets Misa go for it. Compromises exit as Misa gets a little bit too slow on that particular exit. Very, very strong driving there, and that's akin to Jason Plato, where you defend the inside, you do the cutback, and midway through the corner you just slow down ever so slightly so that the driver that's trying to do the cutback has to brake a little bit harder, and they can't do the cutback, they can't carry that speed to then go into the next straight, so they have to literally hold back and then just put your foot on the accelerator, get it down, and then that's it. You've stopped that move. It's a difficult and it's a firm but fair move, but that's enabled Misa to break away a little bit from Wazzy, who's got Kruppens all over the back of him. No, sorry, Pro Gamer, I do apologise. And Pro Gamer now looking to go around the outside. Hangs it around there. Wazzy backs out of it, and that's 6th place. Pro Gamer, fantastic overtake there around the outside of Verstappen, still continuing to plug away on that 35 out of 36 on those soft compound tyres as he locks up. Meanwhile, let's look further up the field as we've got Calibra battling with Eli Flyabo. This is for 2nd place in the race, and just a little bit in front of them is Galvanic Gamer. So I think if we just continue with this battle for 2nd position at the moment, that Eli Flyabo, a little bit of a trying to go for a little bit of the cutback as Calibra all over the track, just trying to defend that runner-up spot. I think that Galvanic Gamer has pretty much got this race in the bag, providing he doesn't have a tyre blowout. DRS zone activated. Eli Flyabo side by side with that Force India, dives it into the 1st corner. He's got it. So now we have a straight fight between Ellie Flyabo and Calibra for the next turn. What's Calibra going to do? Is he going to try and dart around the inside? Nope, he's going to think better of it. Those tyres just giving up at the moment. But he'll have DRS in this zone here. Has he got the setup, and has he got the balls big enough to dart it around the inside here? No, he does not. Well, Ellie Flyabo is just 0.8 of a second between him and Galvanic Gamer. It's all going to be about the flow of the middle section here. What's he going to do? Is he going to be able to be close enough to at least challenge Galvanic Gamer, or maybe force him into a mistake? Only gained 1/10 of a second at the moment, so it looks like Galvanic Gamer, who defends the inside just in case. That's going to compromise him for the next 2 turns. What's Ellie Flyabo going to do? All he has to do is just get an absolutely flyer of an exit speed there. It's going to be so close. It's going to be one of the closest finishes that we have in the European Racing League, but Ellie Flyabo finishes in second to Galvanic Gamer. So the Mercedes, from a disastrous start of the Grand Prix, takes his first ERL victory of the season, and that's the second for the Mercedes team. Well, we have got 5 different winners from 6 different races. Absolutely fantastic stuff, as all of the drivers now beginning to finish their laps. We will look to see who has got finished in certain positions when the race director kicks in. We're just going to watch some of the drivers as Checo finishes in 16th. Not a good weekend for him. 44 seconds off of the race leader. Terrible weekend for Checo. He'll be looking to reevaluate what's gone on there. And Virgil in 17th. Well, here's the race results then. Galvanic Gamer takes first position, his first win in the ERL, and the second for Mercedes. Ellie Flyabo finishes in second position with Verstappen in third. Calibra finishes in 4th place on penalty countback. Wazzy in 5th. Pro Gamer is in 6th. Fresh LP finishes in 7th. Crystal in 8th. So Ferrari, pretty good. They've run nose to tail for pretty much the entire race. They haven't changed positions. 7th and 8th is where they qualified. 7th and 8th is where they finished. Krupins is in 9th. Misa 10th. Max is in 11th. 12th for Tamika. Bravo is in 13th. STB Pair in 14th. Pitbull, Checo, Virgil and Busy round out the final positions. Well, we've got Ellie Flyabo. Hello there, Ellie. Don't forget to include your audio.
Done it.
Fantastic. All right, well, we'll start straight away with you. Well, several other drivers just decide if they want to come in or not. How did that go for you? Really, really good race, it seems.
Yeah, man. I'm a bit gutted that I didn't win, because that was mine. But I had to pit, otherwise I would have got disqualified. But yeah, I don't know what went on with the safety car, but I saw the second safety car. I saw what you call it, gamer pit in from first, and it freaked the safety car out, and it told me to go up into first place. So I was
I think it was STB Pair or one of the drivers that was in the lead. I think it's something that the FIA definitely need to look into. If you're on the second lap of the safety car online, it should be banned. Like, you should only do it on the first lap. Anything else, that I think that's what sparks the safety car glitch.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I just kept my nose clean, and I did another two overtakes in one corner. So.
I know, yeah, we definitely looked at that. That was a very opportunistic move there. Talk us through how you set up that move.
Was it Tamika? And yeah,
it was.
I couldn't get
Tamika
past
and Krupins.
I had a lot of problems with graphic lag. So every time I was going around the corner, it didn't go smoothly. It was like dropping frame rate. But from the first corner, I just set him up, went for it, and then hopefully stuck it behind him, and then got it past him, dived it over the inside, and then got on to Tamika and did the same thing to him. I was quite lucky, really, that Tamika saw me. So, but he's a clean racer.
Yeah, no, so it was definitely one of the moves of the race, and certainly one of the moves of the season. That was like, absolutely fantastic. Max, what happened to you?
Hello guys, hello. Yeah, what happened to me? I had a really troubled race. I got knocked off twice. Once in the beginning, and further up in the race as well. I got knocked off. So yeah, basically I drove in the back of the grid today all day.
Yeah, it seemed like you really didn't. You weren't able to capitalize on the virtual safety car or the two safety car periods. It just seemed like a really, really
True.
tough race for the Red Bull team.
True, but because I made my pit stop one lap before the first safety car, and then after the second safety car, I was closed up at the field, but then I got knocked off again, and then you can start over again. So yeah, it was a terrible race for me tonight.
Well, I'm sure you'll definitely bounce back from that. I mean, like, you're still a contender for the championship, so
Of course,
everyone
we
has
keep
their bad
working.
races every now and then.
Yeah, we keep working, and let's hope we do better next race, and I'll be up there fighting for maybe a podium again.
Excellent. Well, thank you ever so much for you two to joining in, and thank you ever so much for everyone that had participated and everyone that's watched, taking time out of their Sunday to watch us here for the European Racing League on F1 Online TV. This has been an online production for F1 Online TV. Thank you ever so much to everyone for watching us. Remember to like us on YouTube, watch us on Moto Games. We'll be back next week for more of the same. All right, take care now, everyone. Bye bye.